What's going on, guys? BalorFan85 back with another video. I know it's been a while, but here we are. I'm here with Kevin, one of the belt buddies here in my hometown. He just recently started. His collection is already rivaling mine by a long shot. I think you're, what, 5 away?
How many do you have?
18.
Yeah, I've got 12.
Okay, so 6 away. So this first video, we're going to do several videos today. We're going to space them out.
2 more in the mail.
Really?
I had to throw that in there.
What do you got in the mail?
The Cruiserweight and the Intercontinental.
Okay, well, he's getting there.
One more belt that he doesn't have.
Yeah. So we're going to do this video today on the differences between the replica belt, the Replica Big Gold belts. We have 2 different versions of the WWE Shop Big Gold, and then we have 2 versions of the Fandu. All 4 that we have, I'd recommend getting them in a heartbeat. They're really good belts. You got anything you want to say about the Big Gold?
Personally, I wanted the Big Gold just because of the iconic Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero at the end of WrestleMania.
Definitely.
And I'm a huge Edge fan, so I always told myself if I got Edge to sign any belt, it'd be the Big Gold belt. So I went ahead and got that one. That was before I knew about the Fandu belts. We'll get into that a little bit later, but spoiler alert, I am a much bigger fan of the Fandu belts than I am the 2mm plate WWE Shop belts. So, like I said, we'll get into that a little bit later, but that's my opening statement.
Yeah. Hey, that's great. And that's actually the first belt we're going to get into. First one is the WWE style 2mm WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This actually belongs to Kevin, so if you want to, just kind of.
Like I said, it's not a bad belt. I do like it because, once again, huge Edge fan. But going back to when WrestleMania closed and we had Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, arguably 2 of the best wrestlers we've ever seen, in the ring, 2 best friends holding each respective title. And as you can see, my Eddie Guerrero shirt. But anyway, very happy with this belt. It's not that heavy. My biggest complaint with this belt is all my belts are 4mm plate, and this is 2mm. So it kind of makes this belt look smaller. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like it's made by the same people, but I can assure you this is an authentic WWE replica. I just wish it had 4mm plates. That's really the only bad thing I have to say.
Just to show you the 2mm, almost paper thin.
The leather on the 4mm, you can see them very clearly over the leather when you hold it this way. But when you see it like this, if it's just tilted up slightly, you really can't even see the plate. It's mainly leather, which makes the belt really, really light. There's not a whole lot of weight to it like there is with the other ones. And yeah, like I said, that's the only gripe I have with this one. I'm a big fan of the red snakeskin backstrap. I've just always seen it that way, aside from the actual belt they use is solid black strap. But I like how this just adds a little bit to it.
The biggest difference, aside from the 2mm, that you're going to see in this replica compared to the other ones, if you look right here, you've got the WWE logo. You're not going to see that in any of the other Big Gold versions. So again, the red croc backing on the back, you got the sticker. This is a WWE Shop replica.
Yeah, why did I say snakeskin?
I was going to let it go, and then, But anyways, yeah, the red croc backing. You can see just how thin. There's not much detail in the plates, almost mirrored. So that's the WWE World Heavyweight title replica. We're going to get into the other version of the Big Gold that WWE Shop does, and that's the 4mm WCW Big Gold.
The one I should have gotten.
Oh, yeah. Now, you're going to see a big difference already in just how much more detail there is, how deeper the shallow or the etching goes. You don't have the red croc backing. See how my signature's right here. This is actually my wife's belt, and she will kill me if I hurt it. We have 9 signatures on it from Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Lex Luger, Sting, Jeff Jarrett, Scott Steiner, and Sting. So there's 9 right there. But if you'll notice right here, see how much thicker that is on the WCW Big Gold as compared to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. There it is right there. These are 4mm plates. Again, it's going to be really hard if people want to curve this belt. Some of the 2mm you can curve no problem. This, I wouldn't recommend it. It'll probably snap the plates. But you can definitely see more detail in the etching. Side plates are thicker. That's the biggest difference. These are the two WWE Shop versions. The WCW, and again, there's no WWE logo on this. So these are the two WWE Shop replicas. I would definitely recommend buying this. They're both about the same price. And you just, to me, you get more belt on this. And yeah, we got this for WrestleCon 2017.
Take 1 second break.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right, so we covered the Big Golds in the WWE Shop replicas, the WCW and the World Heavyweight title. This year in New Orleans, I was able to procure for my wife the Fandu belt. We told you about it.
I think it was maybe a month and a half after you got yours.
As a matter of fact, we had a WrestleMania party at your house, and that's where I brought.
He brought his over, and then I started getting into collecting belts, and I bought my first 4 belts. My first order was for 4 belts. And he sent me a link to the Fandu page, and he said, "Hey man, you need to check this out. It's an imperfect sale," which basically means there's going to be something wrong with the belt, but it could literally be just a smudge, or maybe it's missing a rhinestone, or just the smallest little detail, and they can't sell it for full price. So I ended up walking away with mine for less than 150 bucks. And when you see it, this is, in all accounts, a $300, if not more, belt. I'm not going to give too much away because we're going to show you here in a second, but for less than 150 bucks, I mean, you ask anybody, and when you see the belt that I have, there's no way this should have been an imperfect belt, but we'll just go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, the best thing about the Fandu belts, the Fandus, you have so many different strap variations. You have so many different, you can pick what color jewels you want in the plates. You have so many different finishes on your plates. You can literally pick whatever you want. Normally it costs, I think, right at $400, $300.
Yeah.
You get the imperfect sale, and it's normally around $169. Yeah, so you cannot beat it. I mean, like you said, he got one for $150, and you cannot beat it. So let's go ahead.
You can go to WWE Shop, get anything you want, but when you go to Fandu, you really can customize your title the way you want it. You know, if a superstar you had that belt and they changed something on it and you want that belt, it's the best place to go to get the exact belt you want, the exact way you want it, and it really is your title.
Yeah. So when we went to New Orleans, we didn't really have a chance to pick what we had. We went to WrestleCon, and they had a table. The Fandu booth had a table, and they had a ton of belts laid out of all different types. So we found the one. My wife really fell in love with this version, and
his is beautiful.
We bought it.
It really is.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show off. This is a Fandu antique finish with blue stones.
It's heavier. It has more weight. As you can see just from the camera itself, the detail in the belt is better.
It's got a curve in it that is amazing.
The details on this belt stick out further than the plates on this belt do. If you look at this belt and you look at it, you really can't see it. But when you look at his, you can see right in here the design in the belt is actually sticking up further than these actual plates. If you want a belt that's going to stand the test of time, it's going to be there 50 years from now, as long as you take care of the strap and everything, this is definitely the belt to go for.
No, the strap, some people love the strap, some people hate the strap. I personally love it. It's a generic strap, but if you'll notice, it's one of the floppiest straps ever. Compared to, I mean, this is just a stiff, stock simulation leather. This is not simulation leather. I'm pretty sure it's of a vinyl quality. I'm not really sure, but if you'll notice, I mean, you can literally, now the downside, if I were to prop this up, the plates are too heavy for the strap. So you have to get like an easel or something like that to set it up so you can display it.
Mine sits on a statue.
Yeah, so this is the antique finish. This is one of many versions. Kevin's got a different version, and it's amazing too.
So, like I said when I showed you guys that one, the main reason I got it was for the Eddie Guerrero Chris Benoit finish, and I kind of wanted that. That's why I got the Eddie shirt, the Chris Benoit shirt, and then their belts. But the reason I went with this one the way I did and chose the stones and the color that I did was, like I said earlier, huge Edge fan. And if I ever get this belt signed, it'll only be signed by Edge. I'm not opposed to multiple signatures on a belt if that's your thing. Personally, it's not mine, but it doesn't have to be your thing. We all get to choose and pick what we want with our titles, and that's what makes it fun. But anyway, I wanted the exact belt Edge had so he can sign it. Going back to what Wayne said about the strap, I love the strap the way it is. The ones from WWE Shop, they're nice to look at, but they're not comfortable to wear. They kind of jab and poke you where the belt kind of points off at. This one doesn't do that. It fits to your body. The curved plate really helps. If you look at it right here, you can clearly see the belt's curved, and it really fits around your stomach. And the way the strap is, it doesn't bulk out. It fits to your body.
It's so comfortable.
Yeah, and the same thing with Wayne. My only thing is this will not stand on its own. That's really the only gripe I have about this belt. Beautiful belt. I stole it for less than 150 bucks. Stole it. And like I said, it's an imperfect title, but I challenge any one of you to find the imperfection on this belt. I know where it is because, I mean, I stare at it every day. There's a one scratch in the globe, and that is all. A scratch. And that knocked off over half the price.
Yeah, we'd be remiss if we didn't tell you another gripe. And to us, it's not that big of a deal. But these belts are a little bit smaller than the actual Big Gold, and they're also smaller than the actual replicas of the WWE Shop. If you'll hold this for just a minute, I'm just going to bring this out. Now, if you'll look, it's not much of a size difference, but there is a size difference.
Now, I just did mine. I didn't even know he was going to do this. I was just wondering because the belt does look a little smaller, but Wayne has the bigger version of what I have. I have the WWE version. He has the WCW version. But if you look at mine, they're actually the same exact size. It's the strap that makes it look a little smaller. When you put it in front of this one, your plates are just about the same exact size.
So these four, and let's try to see if we can put just a little bit. These are your two WWE Shop replicas. This is the 2mm WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
If you hold yours just below your head.
Big Gold Championship. These are the Fandus. See just how much thicker they are, how much of a curve they have in them. There's a big difference. And if you want quality, if you want size, go with the WWE Shop replicas. If you want quality, go with the Fandus, because you cannot beat quality.
If you look at this one compared to this one, just while they're right next to each other, I mean, I can see it in the back feed of the camera. Look at the detail on this one versus this one. Look at the figures wrestling right here. Look at the letters. Look at the crown. Everything sticks out so much further. Like I said, the pronounced design on these stick out further than these actual plates do. Don't get me wrong, I'm not getting rid of any of my belts. But if both my belts were hanging off a cliff and I can only save one, sorry WWE, going with the Fandu belt every single time.
And if you do happen to sell them, just hook a brother.
Yeah, it's got first dibs.
The same.
But like I said at the top of the introduction, I favor this one over the WWE belt. And one thing me and Wayne talked about at WrestleMania, with this strap versus the other strap, because it is so relaxed, I want you to think about somebody. And I want you to think about Ric Flair. And I want you to think about how Ric Flair carried this title wherever he went. It was right here. You can't carry this one like that. You can't pose with this one like that.
Without cracking the strap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Intercontinental,
you're going to wear that strap down really fast. And I know you're right at the same place with me. I don't mind wearing my belts, just to show off. But I don't wear my belts every day. My belts sit on the display shelf, and that's normally where they sit. But when I do get that wild hair to just put it on, this year
we all do.
This year for Halloween, I'll be Ric Flair, and I want to wear a belt that Ric Flair wore. I have about 3 that he wore, but this is the one. This is the one I'll wear because it's the most comfortable. It's the relaxed leather. I can't talk about it enough. I'm going to end up rambling for the next hour.
And we got many more videos to do.
I mean, we can ramble on about this strap. If you want a belt that's going to stand up on its own and that's all you're looking for, do not get this belt. It is too heavy. You're going to have to get a prop or something to put it on. But if you want quality, legibility, and just an overall beautiful title, you got to go with this one.
And variations. Because, again, he's got the gold, and this is antique. I mean, look at so similar but so different. There is a Fandu belt for everybody in the big gold department. There's gunmetal finish. There's silver. There's nickel. There's dual-plated. There's gold. There's antique. You can literally go to Fandu's website and get the belt you want at a cheap price.
Out of the 12 belts that I have, because I ranked them all from my favorite to my least favorite when I found out he was coming over, so I knew which ones I'd want to take videos of. Out of all the belts that I have, out of all 12, this one ranks number 3. And when I show you the ones that rank number 2 and number 1, you will completely understand. Wayne, you already know which one's coming in at number 1, and that one just can't be beat. It can't. No matter how beautiful a belt is.
Is that the one my wife wants to kill you for?
Yes. Yeah. No.
Oh, no.
That's number 2.
Okay, fair enough.
The one that ranks number 1.
Oh, don't spoil it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to spoil it. But the reason it ranks number 1 is my uncle held this title. My uncle held the title, and he wrestled for the title, and he's now in the WWE Hall of Fame. So that belt has sentimental value. But if you take the sentimental away from it, the one your wife really wants definitely takes cake.
And if you've seen this guy's size, it's not Andre the Giant. It's not Andre.
No.
All right, so we're going to start making some more videos. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully we can do this more. We're definitely going to do some more today. We might even share some adult beverages and do some more. Again, enjoy the videos, and we appreciate you watching.
Appreciate it, guys.